was just talking to my baby sis, and she told me that kind of touched me a little bit. She's just like, you know what? You do not look like what you've been through. People say that a lot, but she knows. I'm not gonna share what the roast is because y'all ain't got 3 years, whatever. But yeah, I mean, since we were girls up until even now, and really held me down. That was really hard. Because I could be the strong one for everybody, but I needed somebody strong for me, and that's what she was. But she said that night, she's just like, because I've been through hell, and still trying to keep a good head about. But yeah. I'm not even sure. I'm sorry I went down that hole. I told you I wanted to talk a little but I would pray for her because we're all about girl power and talk mess and walk the walk and all this. But we're gonna keep our fingers crossed it doesn't, and she actually be that girl. Might be what Chan needs. Might kind of stand up to him for a minute. Be like, I know this is what you used to, but I said no. You and your friends, the security still those his friend, his little friend. Raise a family together. It's so possible with them. Those are my thoughts.
Well, I thank you and I appreciate you for your thoughts. And I would say, I'm always so impressed by Alicia. She has this inner strength in her that I'm telling you, people would pay for. You know what I mean? She's so beautiful and she's sweet and she got this little soft spoken voice, but baby, you can get the hammer, you can get the business, right? But the reality is it's called being a defender, standing up for yourself when you know that you need to, and for the people around you when it needs to be done. Like I just remember, like even as kids, I was always like, well, let me just be agreeable, and she's like, I don't care if they don't, and so she taught me a lot. At the end of the day, you have to do what works for you because you can bend over backward to make a lot of people happy, and they still won't be happy with what you've done. So even if I can't make you happy, I damn sure better make my own self happy. But no, sis does not look like what she has been through. If she wrote a tell-all book, she'd be like, y'all ain't got no clue what Mamita has been through. You know what I mean? And she met somebody, fell in love, and was like, hey, let me let my man lead. And where he led her to was like, what's wrong with you, bro? Like, you got the devil in you? It wasn't what she thought. And I think that's what a lot of women have faced and have experienced. You let the man lead. That's how we're taught. You let him lead. But what happens when he wasn't a good leader, or he pretended to be this good leader who made good decisions, and then you find out you're with a degenerate gambler or somebody who has a secret drug addiction, and they keep running to the bathroom, and you're just like, you have irritable bowel syndrome? Like, what is the problem? Why are you in there? People are really good at hiding themselves. They're really good at doing that. And some people say, well, you got to choose better. You have to normalize putting the blame on the person who hid their struggle. That's called deception. You should have seen through the hidden lies, or that they, this, and that, and the other. I hear people blaming the person who didn't see the lie and not the person who did the lying. You should have chose better. That person should have been honest. And then if you're like, oh yeah, okay, so you have a problem with cocaine, or you have a problem being a degenerate gambler, oh, you're a cheater. If you led with those things, do you really think that that person would have said, well, I'll choose you anyway, Albert, with all of those problems? No, and that's the reason why they hid it. But I think that when people say you should choose better, they're really talking about themselves, because if I hear that a woman has been mistreating her husband and leaving her kids at home for weeks at a time, and that man was complaining, my response to him isn't going to be, well, you should have chose better. My heart is automatically going to go out to that person, that man, be like, wow, she doing you and the kids like that? That's jacked up. He's like, she wasn't like that when I met her. Should have chose better. The people who tell you to choose better, it's because that's who they are. I really feel like it's like, almost in a way, it's kind of like, I don't see where the problem is. Is that really an issue? Well, you should have chose better, because deep down inside, they know that they have done that, do that, and they want to put the blame off on the victim instead of saying people really need to lead authentically. And if you have a drug problem, go get help for that. If you have a problem with gambling, there are addiction, specialists ready to help you. If you have a problem with your mental health, get help with that. You don't have a right to tear up other people's lives in the name of leading. You know what I mean? So, and then tell that person, well, it's their fault. No, it's actually not, because you did something about it. When you realized what it was, you didn't sit around and make it society's problem. You said, hey, this is a problem and I need to get out of this sticky situation. No, I commend you every single day because it's nice to have somebody, but it's having a person is a luxury. It's not a necessity for life. You know what I mean? And I love the fact that I see so many women like yourself who are just like, hey, if something presents itself, then I'm open to that. But I'm not out here actively looking and I'm good. And I'm not actively playing either. Because when people hear women are actively looking, they're like, yeah, but how many little friends you got? When you say nothing, nothing means nothing. So 0 times 0 is still 0. You feel me? It doesn't automatically add up to something else. And so we have a lot of people say that, but they still got somebody coming over cracking their back. Well, then you're a hypocrite. Whatever. We're gonna go down somewhere else. But I'm just gonna say that when you know your worth, you know your value, you know you're worth the wait, and you just don't throw yourself at anybody who's interested. So yeah, but I hope that Malia would create those boundaries within her relationship and stand up for herself and because you can own a business and be a mother. Like you don't have to choose one or the other. I don't care what social media tries to portray. There are people out here doing it every single day. And like, I want to support my man. If he's got a business, how can I support that? You know what I mean? How can I be a part of that to help you to get to where you need to get to? But I also want you to be able to support me with what I have going on too. I hope that Malia continues on being true to herself and doesn't get swept away in the Rose City mentality. So the next question is yours, Lily. Let me mute myself.
Because everything is still fresh and new, and all the time that they have been spending together, it's been on dates that he's arranged or at her house. And she finally, like, she knows this mysterious man is fine and got all this money and whatever, but to actually get to see some of that, like, let me see what you talking about and where you coming from and what you be doing. um and so, yeah, she got this man opening up to her a little bit. First for her, it's really becoming real. Okay, we established our titles that are, and now he's bringing me in, but she's nervous and don't want to embarrass herself.
I agree when Alicia says that it's the first time her going to his house, and that can make you a little nervous because in your environment, like you're at home, so you feel like completely comfortable, but you're not somebody else's house, even if it's your boyfriend and you haven't been together that long. It's still kind of like, okay, this is your place. I'll sit my little self right here on this piece of the couch, and I literally mean this piece of the couch. And you know what I mean? Because you don't feel like bold and comfortable just walking around the house, just flinging stuff over. Like, this is your house, sis. Like, you are going to his house. So you feel like you don't know what to expect. You don't know what he's expecting. Because you imagine, and he was like, let me take you back to the room. Let me show you a few things that I had planned for us tonight. It's like, what? You know what I mean? So he'd already got the outfit and the swing out. It's like, I think Malia's just like, I don't know. Yeah, I said it. I think Malia was just like, I don't know what he might plan. Not like she wouldn't be like excited for what he might have planned, but it's still, you know what I mean? Like she knows at her house she ain't got nothing crazy set up in the back room. So if he does with her, she's like, tired of being a good girl. So, I definitely feel like it's normal to feel a little nervous going to somebody else's house for the first time. She didn't really know what he had planned. He said dinner. They usually do a lot of like going out to eat type of thing, but it looks like he's put the effort into like doing this food on his own or whatever. Or maybe he had a chef come in and run out real quick. I don't know, but feels different, and I think it's like an excitement and it's a nervousness. So nothing wrong with that. It says, do you think you would have been worried if you saw how well protected Chan's house was? I think I would be asking, who needs this much security? I think Malia did have a little reservation because she already had her own little security detail. And then upon getting out of the car, once they arrived, they did like a handoff. Like, okay, Malia, this is Chan's security detail. And she's like, wait a minute, I ain't never seen these people before. So where they been? Like, so yeah, and so they do it like a handoff. Like, okay, they're gonna be taking care of you. If you need anything, they'll take care of you. We'll see you back here. We'll be waiting for you out here. And then she gets taken up by like 3 men, and she's like, okay, like not really knowing what to say, but she's in the elevator and people are checking her out, and she's like, the longest elevator ride of my life. It's like I'm just trying to get to the penthouse suite, right? Yeah, it's kind of like how much security do you have? But again, like I'm not sure like she doesn't know exactly how much he's worth, but she know he got a little bit of money. But just because you have money doesn't necessarily mean that you have like a bunch of security around you. You know what I mean? Because some people are financially well off, and most people don't know it. Like they're like, "Well, I didn't know that that person was that rich." So, yeah, I think I would definitely be like, "Well, what's going on that you have to have all this security? Like, has something happened? Has somebody threatened you? Have you been, followed or whatever?" You know what I mean? So, yeah, I know you say he owns a security firm, but like, does that mean that you need to have all that security at all times? So, yeah, he kind of had it sewed up. So I think she was kind of like, what is that? Like, do you think that would be a red flag for you? Like, what's going on? Like, are we even safe? What are your thoughts, Alicia?
I agree. I would have been nervous. Well, even more nervous. She was already nervous. You're not dealing with the president, of the United States. I would definitely like, okay, what is bro into? I don't think he just runs security detail. Like, would be like, oh, okay. Hopefully this guy's not some like drug dealer, some Griselda Blanco type stuff. I'm like, wow. That would have been my like, okay, so like this all cute. Oh, we got all this going on. 20, 30 boats outside. Just there for security. Like, no, no, no. Not the way Lily works. Been in that car trying to figure out how to get me out of there. Somehow. It definitely would have been a flat. That's not I don't care how much you in love, you're not gonna sweep that one off. And you know what? I wouldn't even put it past Jan to try some mess like, well, I gotta make sure we're safe. This level of security, you beefing with something. I'm not gonna take all the blame. It ain't it ain't just all Chris. Y'all need the 40 to deal with one guy. Y'all sound weak to me.
I agree. Next question is mine. Tan really set the tone for that dinner. The candles, the romantic lighting, the fireplace, and the way he was placing his hands on her back. Okay, I was clapping all the way. When he pulled out those chocolate covered strawberries, I said, "It is sexy time now." What do you think about this scene? Oh, the scene was definitely very sexy. It was very, Malia went out there on the balcony, honey, and she's like, because she's in the penthouse, Leah up a little bit higher. So she's like, oh, the city looks different from up here. And honey, she was like, them lights is twinkling a little bit more special. She's really just like taking in the whole view and like, and honey, she's in her feels like she's in that sexy mode too. So she's just like, I get to be so lucky to have him. And she's got her eyes closed, just trying to feel the moment. And I love that for Malia, because when you're feeling somebody, and my cat is over here, he has a little toy and he's throwing it back and forth. So if you hear something crash, it'll probably be him because he's chasing his little toy. But yeah, I thought the scene was really lovely. It was really sweet. And I think that as a woman, you do want somebody to do these romantic gestures for you. Even if you can't cook, baby, order out and put it on a nice plate. You know what I mean? Like, candles aren't really that expensive. Proper lighting to making a fire, turn on the fireplace. Like that's not, I said making a fire because back in the day on the east side, remember everybody had, we had fireplaces, but you actually had to build your fire. It's old school. So get your wood and all that stuff and get out there and clean it out. And my dad would always be like, go out there and build us a fire. He would have like wood for us to chop and stuff. It was crazy. So that's why I like make a fire. But anyway, you just turn it on nowadays. But yeah, I thought it was a very sexy little scene. It was definitely sexy time. The way he fed her that strawberry and the way he was touching on that body, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, oh yes, come put your hands on me, brother. Come put your hands on me. I felt it. Felt it. I felt that, because I love physical touch, you know what I mean? And I think that when you're getting it from somebody who you are into, shut up. Like, you're like, what? No, when you're getting physical touch from people, and Jesus, that's plural, from the person, and let's go individual, singular, from the person that you're into, one, okay? One, just one. Um, when you're getting that special attention from the person in your life who you deem as special, it is like, oh, just touch me there. You really, really, really feel it. So I was feeling that for Malia. It definitely was sexy time. It was a cute little scene. I liked it. What about you, Lily?
Definitely was it, one of the scenes where, oh yeah, they about to get it in right now. From the penthouse, had a nice little view. Like he knew what he was doing. He like, no, we're gonna go outside. We're gonna set this up. But he did. He really outdid himself. When you are with somebody that you like, and they kind of come from behind and grab you, you're kind of like, oh wait, you're here. Right. That's just, it's It's sexy, and also it makes you think like, okay, put some thought into this. I'd be a little creeped out because this is what now from he knew her favorite tea and her favorite wine, and now it's like, hold on, become a little bit of a coincidence to know how I like berries. You like my little dessert. Okay, that's one of the things that you would let fly because it's still fresh and new. You know, you'd be like, oh, well, it's just a coincidence. I mean, everybody likes. I really like the scene, and that was a page turner. As the okay, okay, here it is, here it is, here it is, because he's like, you know what? Then like, you about to get on this, like we ain't even going to the bed. You getting this right now. So, yes, he definitely had my applause. And I was like, okay, brother Chan, you make sure my Russell muscle know how to do all that too. You better teach that brother. Definitely sexy. Definitely is what we love about Mr. Chain. These are the details that even though this, but even though he's just and then to be raised by his dad, who's like a piece of crap, player, whatever. Having dinner set up nice and having he knows. It's like, hey, look, I'm here. This is it. You blessed with me. Get over here. It's just I'll feed you on the way home you here for. No, he still set the tone, and set up a nice little date night for them, and he's letting her know, like, you my boo thing. Like, I think he's already in love, but he's letting her know she's important, and this is what we love about Mr. Jan because when he does out, you don't get like you don't have to ask anything. You get the dinner, you get the whole shebang. I mean, yeah, plus the scene. The scenery. So you got the view and just everything set up perfectly. You might see that little setup and then hold off on the why we gotta fix outside until the morning. Right, me going down rabbit hole. So when Chan whispered into Malia's ear, I want tonight to be special for us. I felt that. Chan making his intentions known. The way he continued to kiss her, hold her body close to his, told me everything I didn't know. Praise God. He is ready for tonight to be the night in. Do you think it will happen tonight? Part two coming up. No, we all know that I'm waiting for it, but they don't, if we made up our mind yet. It's like, come on, sis. But at the same the beginning of the chat where she said she felt like it was a whirlwind, things were going quick, she wanted to keep things slow and steady. She might still be on that energy, even with the perfect date and stuff. But yeah, what we love about Chan, he knows how to kiss her, he knows how to hold her, he knows how to be like right in her ear. See it not annoying. Sometimes people be in your ear and it just it up. I'm like, my ear, bro. Like I'm right here. But he knows how to handle his lady. He knows do for her. So yeah, I was, me, I'm waiting. I'm like, yeah, come on, come on. So if there's any night, especially, he said he wanted it to be perfect for them and stuff like that, and he has made the effort to just say yes. I think it will happen, and if it doesn't, it needs to, because people are waiting and folks be tired.
I agree. The sexual energy between the two of them has been building, and like Alicia said, she didn't want to rush off into anything too quickly because a lot of times you rush off into things with people and it can just go south, and you're just like, oh, we need to wait a little bit. But baby, sometimes it's hard. It can be hard. So I definitely commend those who were like, nope, we're not going to do it. Him waiting increase that sexual energy and that passionate bond. I definitely feel like it can be really explosive because you've been waiting and it's building. It's pressure, baby. It's busting pipes, right? So most deaf. I definitely feel like, and some people, they don't get that whole, there's no point in waiting. We don't do it. No, there is a point of waiting, okay? Because first off, we got to make sure this is right. Second off, you want to make sure that we good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we are on the same wavelength. Cause I don't need to be playing with nobody who told me, I never said that. I never asked you to be my, oh, you didn't? You see what I'm saying? Now we busting caps. So, yeah, I definitely think that a slow build to a relationship is better than something that's crazy and fast and all over the place and just wild. But because I definitely feel like it can deepen that sexual bond between two people. It's wonderful. Um, do I think that tonight might be the night? It's definitely looking that way because at one point Malia's like trying to change the subject, and but see what you know what she did. She knew he was looking at that body yachty, and baby, she was giving all types of hips and swang, and she knew what she was doing. And he was like, okay. And she gonna turn around because she saw the way he was looking at her, and baby, she really was like trying to put some extra pep in that step, and she gonna turn around and look at him. And she's like, "Can I help you with anything?" Now he already had told her everything was taken care of. She asked again because she saw that look in his face, like, "But you knew what you was doing since you when you got to walk in that thing, honey." She took that thing for a walk back there. Saw that look in his face. She was like, he was just staring at her, and she was just like, "Is there anything I can do to help you?" And he didn't say nothing. He was like, "I'm trying to stay focused." So in the book, he's like, "I'm trying to stay focused." He's like, "I'm about to say F this food and take her on the ground." Like, so Malia didn't know that. All she saw was this wild look in his eyes. And Lisa was like, "Praise God." Do I think that this could really definitely be it? I think the way that this pressure has built, this is a real turning point. I think something's going to pop off. So you guys got to keep on watching, stay tuned because they're about to sit down for dinner. But I'm kind of wondering, where's that going to turn to? I mean, she hasn't been there that long, and they both are doing things to each other. You know, she's giving him that walk. Trying to be extra sexy. He's touching all over her. They kissing and going on. He's talking about he wants tonight to be special. Like, why you want tonight to be more special than any other night? I mean, we've spent all this time together anyway, but you said specifically tonight, I want it to be special. So he made emphasis on tonight. So I think something is, it's a very strong possibility that something's about to pop. You know, last question says, do you think they will even make it to dinner? It seems like food is the last thing on Chan's mind. Yep, like we had said, he said F the food, honey. He was ready to get on the floor. What are your thoughts? I felt that, you know, I felt that. Some people are like, what do you mean the floor? I'm like, I think the floors probably looked like they was pretty clean. So, this is Chan we talk about here. We ain't at Motel 6. So, anyways, you like, no, you didn't. Well, I would say, who knows if they'll be able to make it to dinner. That sexy energy is at a feverish pitch. I feel like Malia is at a point, it's okay to be a little nervous. You know what I'm saying? But I think you could be nervous and ready at the same time. And I think she's got some nervousness mixed with it hasn't been a while. Do I know how to ride the rodeo? Like it's been a while since I've been on that ride, right? And so that's normal to be a little like unsure, but hey, you can go with it. Like, listen, take your time. You know what I mean? Take it easy. It's been a minute. You know what I mean? Okay, let me mute myself. Go ahead, Lisa.
Do you think they will even make it to dinner? No. He was ready. You were like, oh, ain't nothing wrong with the floor. It seemed like it would be clean, but we all know Korean is not having no mess on the floor. Maybe if there's like put a down, put a sheet down, something. Miss super clean, somewhat ain't having no mess on no floor. Hey, we can do this. Hold on. Let me. Karina is not gonna be on the floor, legs up, getting it in. Nope. Lily might. Actually, I might. Not even might. Lily will. Lily will. There's always showers.
It's clean, right?
Clean. Even if the floor does look clean, you'll be like, you know what? No, because there was this new. I was reading this article, and it's exclusive to floors. Call me and be like, girl, did you read that article I sent you? I'm like, oh, what? Okay, hold on, give me a minute. And then we gotta open it up and talk about it. But yeah, he was ready to take her on the floor. And one thing that Karina said, where he was like, I wanted this night to be special, and how he said it's weird that it was that particular night because they've been spending every other night, even they were working side by side, and he had the friends, but he had it that day. Okay. Of course, we smile. Okay, yeah, tonight it is special. What are you talking about? Just put a sheet down first, and we can get on the floor. Oh, but so yeah, Chan, that was gonna be the night for the grab you okay? Karina, get that ready. Just hey, you let hubby bubby come upstairs, be in the right mood. She went, oh, wait. She got her sheet ready. But yeah, that probably was what he was planning. Like, this is gonna be our first night to pull out all the stops, and even the security might have been a flex, to try and impress her. Yeah, I got it like this. Got it like that. And so they may not make it dinner. Maybe he's just going like, okay, no, I am so tired of these interruptions from the doctor to phone call comes in or something. No, this is what I planned. I put the phones on airplane mode. It'll be explosive, especially when you with somebody who haven't gotten it in yet. And it's like when it is time to go, time. I tell you. And so yeah, he might just go ahead and be like, look, we gotta get this, we gotta get it. We gotta get it at each other to we'll make that happen now because I'm tired of these interruptions. I got this dinner little view. He's gonna make sure he's in control and they ain't interruptions. He probably told his crew that don't bother us. I don't care who I don't care if Chris is outside tonight because this is what I got planned. I'm getting it in tonight. So, those are my thoughts. He's ready, and yeah, he's got the scene set. He's got the scene set. Look, that got right past me until you like, why it had to be tonight? You know the nights, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, why? You know, the math is math, and I guess in this situation,
Sexy time was in full force, okay? I like me and my girls, we have these like really open and candid conversations, and I'm like, I think it's so strange how in society, something that a lot of people do is so shunned. It's like you can't say that, or oh my God, you must be an animal. You must have been out there in them streets. Absolutely not. But it's a normal part of life that should be normalized, you know, two people who are together who are practicing safe sex, who are tested and STD free, and all of those things, like there shouldn't be a problem. But we as society, we're not supposed to talk about what goes on that we know it goes on. Like, stop being crazy, okay? Let people live and let live. I don't see nothing wrong with Malia and Chan getting a little bump and grind in, okay? Because it's time. So we'll see what happens. I'm telling you though, with pressure it has built, and I feel like the top is about to boil over. Like, them potatoes is done. Go ahead and mash them. So, like mashed potatoes, baby. That's what we doing. Any last thoughts before we end our segment? Well, thank you so much, Alicia, for being here on today. Sister Kyrie, she was missed on today. All right, folks. That's all for this episode of Rose City the After Show. We hope you enjoyed our episode. Don't forget to tune in next week. We'll be diving into chapter 45. If you haven't already started reading, like, I don't know what your problem is. Come get in on this. So there's no excuse for why you haven't checked it out. It's an amazing story. We're sure you'll be hooked. We are hooked. All links will be provided in the description. And we'll see you next week in Rose City. Bye.